The 20 richest football clubs generated over $11 billion last year, a cash flow larger than the GDP of entire countries. But for over a century, the sport operated on a completely different scale. European football was a working-class institution built on a local pyramid where community support and pure competitive merit determined who won and who lost. Then the television money arrived. Today, the Premier League alone brings in nearly $4 billion in broadcast rights every single cycle. That astronomical influx of cash caught the attention of Wall Street. Private equity firms like Clearlake and Redbird Capital began crossing the Atlantic, buying up historic clubs one by one. These investors looked at European football and saw a glaring contradiction. The clubs were printing money, but they were running on chaotic, incredibly risky business models that left millions on the table. These billionaire owners aren't here for the love of the game. They are taking over century-old institutions and aggressively treating them like undervalued tech startups to extract a guaranteed return on investment. To understand their playbook, you have to look at American sports. An NFL or NBA team exists in a closed, protected ecosystem. A bad season doesn't cost the owners anything, and the franchise value reliably goes up. The traditional European football pyramid operates in reverse. If a team finishes at the bottom of the table, they face the existential terror of relegation, getting kicked out of the top tier and dropping down to a lower division. Slipping below that relegation line instantly vaporizes over $100 million in guaranteed broadcast revenue overnight. Yet the club still has to pay top-tier player wages. This creates a catastrophic wage-to-turnover ratio that can force a club into bankruptcy within months. Wall Street hates that kind of volatility. To protect their billion-dollar investments, these private equity firms realized they had to engineer the threat of relegation completely out of the European system. Achieving American-style financial stability means actively dismantling the ruthless meritocracy that made British football globally famous in the first place. The European authorities tried to stop this unlimited billionaire spending. They introduced profitability and sustainability rules, often called financial fair play, to strictly cap how much owners could inject into their teams. But the private equity firms simply imported Wall Street accounting tricks to bypass the regulations. When new American owners took over Chelsea, they started signing players to highly unusual 8- and 9-year contracts. To exploit a loophole called amortization, a $100 million transfer fee is sliced into 9 pieces and spread across a decade. This fractional accounting lets the club claim poverty on their balance sheet, passing regulatory checks, while actually outspending rivals by hundreds of millions. It creates a complete illusion of wealth. A club will boast about record-breaking commercial revenues, but beneath the surface, these hyperinflated long-term wage bills secretly eat every last cent of their operating profit. Regulations haven't leveled the playing field. They've turned modern football into a forensic accounting arms race, where victory goes to the teams with the most ruthless corporate lawyers. The domestic leagues are only phase 1. The macro corporate strategy involves expanding and aggressively reshaping global tournaments like the Champions League. The constant push is towards a closed-loop structure, a Super League model that locks in the elite teams and mimics the risk-free financial stability of the American NFL. The ultimate target for these hedge funds is extracting the maximum lifetime value from the sport's 5 billion global fans. They plan to take passionate, multi-generational community supporters and convert them into a highly predictable, recurring base of digital subscribers locked entirely inside their media ecosystems. The defining battles of modern football are no longer 90-minute matches fought on grass. They are hostile corporate takeovers waged by hedge funds, fighting for control over billion-dollar cash flows.